ready with your goals, you have established totally the project manager has to be appointed and he has to act on the goals what has been set in the earlier phases. The project manager has to take the help from the experts. As I was keep on telling you, 80% of the work will be done by the contracting. The major 20% will be there with the management people for taking care of completion of that project. So the project manager has to take the help from experts, both internal, we need an expert knowledge, both internal as well as the external knowledge is required over here. In complex industrial projects, without assigning the works for the outsiders, for outside agencies and all, it becomes difficult to complete our work. So in that thing, the first question is, what to delegate? What is delegation? How you are delegating? How you are delegating the responsibility as well as the authority to them for the internal as well as the external. The key point of the project should be there in your hand. So other things you need to delegate. What to delegate? What is delegation? Delegation is not just assigning the work. In the delegation, you have to give some authority so that they will be able to complete the assigned work in time. So what is delegation? Then when to delegate? When you are going to delegate, then how to delegate? So that we are going to learn today. And what are the project managers' authority as a project is concerned? What to delegate? Can anyone answer? In a chat box, can anyone? What to delegate, when to delegate, and how to delegate? What is delegation?
Ma'am, assigning a particular task.
Just if you are assigning a work, so if you are not giving any authority to them to complete that work, then they may not be able to complete the work. Okay, so the delegation of authority. So assigning just the work is you are giving the responsibility, but you are not able to give the authority to take action on that assigned work. Then it becomes they will not be able to complete in time. So at the same time, you need to give some responsibility also so that you will be able to complete that assigned work in time. For that only we are following the organizational charts. I'll come next one. What to delegate? When one cannot be there for more than one place. When you are delegating, when you are jumbled up with so many activities. So the project manager task is not an easy task. He has to look after the many things. In that case, he starts delegating the work. So manager alone cannot do more than one work. So then the question comes, what to delegate? So assignment of any task is not a delegation. Delegation occurs when authority is passed or given to the manager so that he will be able to complete the work. Authority has been granted to make the commitment, use the resources, then give the instructions. So when power is given, when authority is given, so he will make a best use of the resources and he will be instructing his subordinates to get the work done. So delegation should be in a written format. Orally, you cannot delegate anything. It should be in a documents, what you are delegating. So what is his role? So suppose if you are taking any, you are conducting one event. So in that, an event coordinator will be there. So for that, you will be assigning so many things. So that should be in a written format. Written document should be there for any work what you are assigning. When authority is delegated, a manager position is created. When you are delegating the authority, so when owner of the project may not be able to complete all the things, so he will delegate some of the power, some of the authority to the project manager. So to carry out that project. So when to delegate? When to delegate? So for that, when you are going to delegate, at what stage of a project you are going to delegate? When one is simply overburdened and cannot handle all the tasks in the required time, through one has to know how to delegate. So in that case, you will be delegating some of the things. When one does not have the know-how, you don't know what is the, you are not expert in that. So in that case also you will be delegating. So the technology you don't know, the software. I am a mechanical engineer, so I am the project, in the project part, I have a software part also. I will be taking care of my mechanical things. I am delegating the work of a software to somebody. I am assigning the work to the one person so that he will be able to do that one. So when you don't have an expert knowledge in that case also, you will be delegating. So when the job is so specialized that it is either not be possible to build and capability of building it by the time. In time, when you are not able to complete, if you want to complete that work, it is taking more time. So in that case also, you will be delegating. In that time also, you are delegating the work to the others. So that is when to delegate. Then how to delegate? How to delegate? How you are delegating? The assigned work should be in a written document. All the task what he has to complete, that should be put very clearly in a document form. So that you are giving the delegation of the work to the next authority who is coming next to you. So that is how the delegation will be done. What to delegate? That is very, very important. What to delegate, when to delegate, when you don't have any expert knowledge, when you don't have a time, when you don't have a resources with you. So then during that time, you will be delegating. How to delegate? It should be in a written document with all the assigned work. So then, what is the project manager's authority? So authority of a project manager is scope of the project, project goals, project execution, project organization, project purchase, contracts, contract coordination, consultancies, project technical performance, project schedules, budgeting, fund and other resources, project person, public and the shareholders, all when you start growing up. So when your project goes on bigger and bigger, you will be calling for the shares and the debentures and the shareholders. You will be entering into the share market. Project environment, management systems, procedure, project performance, review and all. So these are all the authority of the project manager. Scope of a project at least. Goals of the project. So the execution mode, how you are going to execute your project. So what our organization, here we are coming. What organization you are following for the project execution? What is organization? What is organization? We have studied already in M&D. What is organization? Can anyone unmute and answer? 42 are here.
A group of people working towards a common goal.
Common goal. What are the different organizations what we have studied? What is what are the different types of organizations you have studied when general management is concerned? Line organization, line and staff organization, yes, functional organization, and the committee organization. So the people are placed in a vertical, so that is called as a line organization. Staff people will be in a horizontal place. So that and all you are learned. So they don't have any authority to take any of the decisions, just they will be assisting the vertical people. So that is line and staff organization. Here also we are following the different types of the organization. So project organization. Project manager as a staff assisting to the chief executive, the first one. The second one is project management, project manager, sorry, there is a typing mistake, manager as a staff specialized as a staff function, then matrix organization, task force organization, totally projectized organization. So these are the different organizations what we are going to study in this third unit in detail about with the flow diagrams. So this is the first one, project manager as a staff assisting to the chief executive. Just go through the flow diagram and tell me who are placed in vertical line and who are placed in a horizontal line. Who has got the power to take the decisions? Can anyone unmute and answer? We know already what is line organization and what is staff organization. The extension of that only is the project organization. Can I call randomly? Who are there in the vertical line of this organization, what we have shown, and who are placed in a horizontal line? So that, Mahesh, are you listening to me? Because we are taking so much of efforts to present this, just taking a screenshot and presenting before you also, it is taking a long time for us. Preparation time is double than the earlier now. You need to be active. Jadhav, Janvi Ghatke, Pujari, Harsh Pujari, then Manjunath, Mayur, Nikhil. Yeah. So that is what I told you. What is line organization? The people direct, there is a direct communication from top to the bottom. So there is no scope for giving any feedback, any suggestions over there. Earlier we used to follow this kind of a thumb rule in managing the things. Nowadays we are following the staff organization. Expertise are placed in horizontal as well as a vertical, and depending on that, power or the authority will be delegated depending on the organization or the scope of organization, type of organization. So here, you are able to read the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So first comes the chief executive. First comes the chief executive. He is the topmost in the chart. That is, there are 3 different levels of a management: lower level, middle level, and the top level. In the top level, whom we are seeing, the chief executive of the company or the chief executive of the project. So next to, below that, in a vertical line, there is a personnel manager, then there is a technical head, there is a finance head, then there is a commercial head. So under the technical head, we have a engineering and the construction. Engineering, civil and the mechanical, civil and whatever the scope. So under the commercial, we have the contract, administration, and the purchase section. So this is just an example. But where we are placing the project manager is not in line with, these are all called as a functional people, functional departments. Personnel, technical, finance, and the commercial are all the functional department. So the project manager in this role, the project manager is placed in a horizontal, means he don't have any authority. He can analyze, he can do the scheduling, he can do the budgeting, he can collect the information, and he will report back to the chief executive. So the project manager in this role as a staff assisting to the chief executive, his work is doing the scheduling, doing the budget of the projects, collecting the information from the various resources and for the various functions. He executes the project, but he don't have any power to take any decisions. So he will be helping the chief executive to take the decisions. So executive decision will be the final decision. So the project manager in this is specialized in tools and techniques. That is what we have listed out, so many tools and techniques. No, he is a specialized, he has been specialized in scheduling of the projects. So it is a set of complex activities. Project means it is so many activities you have to do within a certain limit of a time within the available resources, and you need to report back. So he will be expert in tools and techniques. Tools and techniques, among the tools and techniques, the scheduling and all plays an important role. So he will be giving the detailed scheduling, detailed budget, and all the required data related to the project. So he is an expert in tools and techniques of the project. He has an expert knowledge related to the performance measurement, related to the other bar charts, how to plan them, how to put them into place. He is in best position to advise. His role is just to advise the chief executive. He also does the activities like collecting the data, doing the follow-up, whether the assigned work is going on correctly or no, maintaining the records, measuring the progress of the project, analyzing the progress, preparing the progress report, if at all, if it is not going according to the planned data, planned details, then how to take the corrective action. All that need to be analyzed and reported back to the chief executive. He acts as a single point regarding the communication between the different contractors and his company. So he will be in the middle. He will be communicating to the contractors as well as to the chief executive to negotiate many of the things, to negotiate the budgeting, to negotiate the other activities of the project. So the main drawback of this project is what? The functional manager, because he will be assisting to the thing, there may be a conflict because he is the whole and soul of a project, but even then he don't have any power to take the decisions, or he don't have any authority to act on whatever the work is doing. So this kind of organization is suitable for smaller projects. This kind of organization is suitable for small to medium organization. Along with the chief executive, the project manager will be placed in a horizontal position as a staff assisting to the chief executive or assisting to the manager or the owner of the company. When the project scale is small, then you will be appointing or you will be putting the project manager in a horizontal plane. So his role is just to assist and advise and collect all the detailed information about the project, what he has to do it. Okay. Any queries in this? Okay. So the main drawback of this, when the project grows or the project scale is bigger one, the scope increases. So the project manager should be placed in the vertical position itself, so that he will some authority should be given for taking the decisions. So that is the second, what is that? Second type of a organization. I'll move on to the sketch, the next one. Yeah, just go through a project management as a specialized staff function. So here you can see who all are there in a vertical role, means functional department. These are all the functional departments they are doing in their departments. So project manager has been placed in a vertical line itself. Then engineering division, then commercial division. Project managers division, then engineering division, then commercial division. So the authority or the power and the responsibility all together will be delegated. So when you come to the engineering division, so here we have civil engineering separately, mechanical engineering separately, electrical engineering separately. So just to highlight the project manager division, so you are taking care of the expansion of the project also, the expansion of the your plant also. At the same time, you are taking care of some unit you are going to start, some new project with the same in the different location. So these are project manager X for the project X and project manager Y for the project Y. So they will be reporting to the project manager division head. So they will be taking care of all the assigned projects. So in industry itself, when you are going for a limited companies and all, so many units you have in a different locations. So you want to go for a expansion. You want to go for a expansion in one place. You are in need of an expansion. Somewhere there is a demand for your product. You need to start with a new plant with the same project, or some other software you are installing for the existing plant itself. So all that, the project related, whether it is a one-day work, whether it is a 1 week work, or whether it is any 6 months projects or something, all the projects related to that industry, that enterprise will be taken care by the project manager as a division head. So he is solely responsible for taking and the decisions of the project which are arising in the enterprise. So the project manager in this role provides the schedules. So as he will be giving the detailed schedules, budgets, the information to the various functions, departments, the executives. The project manager in this case will also be specialized in the project management. The project management head will be a specialized function. So he will be trained only for executing the projects. The scheduling and budgeting becomes the main role of the division head. Under them, there are so many other sub-project managers who are working under him. So as the project manager in this role can also carry out service activities like the collection, transmission of the data, follow-up of one functional group to the service, another groups, maintaining the records, measure the progress, analyze the progress, prepare the progress report. So all these activities will be taken care by the project division head. He will be looking after the different scales of the projects. So in such cases, while he performs the service for the participating functions, he also does take the decisions, and he also comes up with the new ideas, with the new techniques, with the new schedules, with the new resources. So all that will be a specialized function. Because of that, to complete the project successfully, you need to put the project manager as a functional department, but when this is possible, when the enterprise is little medium scale to the larger scale, you will be coming up with so many projects. During that case, you will be having project manager as a divisional head to take care of the projects. Any examples you can give for this? Can anyone unmute? Yes, anybody is here? All slept? So the difference between the first between the project manager as a staff when assisting to the put it in a functional manager as a project manager, he is given the power to take the decisions. He will look after the expansion, or it may be a small scale project, it may be a software, it may be electrical, electronics, whatever, mechanical. So all the project related works will be taken care by the project divisional head, so that the things, the production will be running smoothly. So the project manager as a specialized staff function. So we are considering the project is also one of the function of an enterprise. That is the project itself, like how we were including the production, marketing and all in a functional groups of the department. We are including the project manager also in the functional group, so that we will be able to execute the project in time with the better utilization of the resources, better scheduling, better projects, we will be able, in time, we will be able to complete the projects. So in the next class, we will do the third type of organization, that is matrix organization and task force organization and totally projectized organization. We will do it in a next class, that is in a tomorrow's class. Matrix organization is a quite interesting organization, so that how they will form the organization within the enterprise itself, and how they will be assigning the projects to the different heads. So that will be taken care by the matrix organization. That we will discuss in the next class. Any doubts? Anything you want to discuss? I will be posting. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I'll be posting, I'll send the PPT in your WhatsApp group. At the same time, I'll be sending the material also, the complete feasibility report and the project planning and different steps involved in the planning process. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, what about the syllabus for OBA?
That OBA syllabus, it is 1.5 unit, I told you, 1.5 unit till the feasibility report.
Okay, ma'am.
I will announce. Okay.
Okay.
So you have the, what is that? Assignment on Saturday. Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, on 3rd of October at 11 o'clock, I think so. 10 to 11 or 11 to 12. So I'll find out the timing. Okay.
Ma'am, it is 10 to 11.
In tomorrow's class, I'll give the syllabus. What portion we will, the same portion we'll be having for the IA also. Okay. So the material I'll give you. Don't need not to worry about the material, but only thing you need to read, it is a little lengthier one. You should spend some time with the reading so that you will be able to do it, because it is not any concept. You understood the concept, you will be able to do it. But here you should, it is little lengthier and you need to highlight the points. You can refer the PPT, my PPT. All the points are there in the PPT, what to write, so that you will be able to put all the points in that your assignment or in your internals and all. Okay. Shall I conclude my today's class?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.